Y'all don't really like me, I can understand. My flow is sitting right inside the pocket on my fly. You can't float, run this. Usain Bolt, I write your favorite records. You sing goes 20,000 for verses. Routine quote. I'm getting rich. You staying broke. Chilling even if I'm in a goose down coat. I can't see you through the most elite tribes, so I don't even flinch when you throw me high fives. They try to measure up, but there's no one my size. Whatever 40 smoking about to lower my eyes. Beast mode on them. I never take a night off. Every single thing I purchase is a write-off. Grounded as the runway, pay me.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and happy President's Day to you. Once again, DSU-TV is back here live in Memorial Hall Gym for, you guessed it, Hornet basketball, joined alongside Derek Slayton. Once again, good to have him back. I am Byron Dixon. We're here for doubleheader MEAC action as your Delaware State University Hornets take on the Eagles of Coppin State here in a MEAC showdown. The game today, the women's basketball team comes in at 5-18, 2-8 in the MEAC. They'll wrap up a stretch of playing 3 out of his last 4 games at home tonight against Coppin State, who was 4-18, 3-8 in the MEAC. The Eagles are coming off a 75-61 victory over Howard on Saturday, which snapped a 6-game losing skid in the finale of a 4-game homestand. Offensively guard Jordan Swales, a familiar foe of the Hornets, leads Coppin State in scoring at 10.5 points a game and 3-pointers made at 24, in addition to totaling a team-high 33 steals on the defensive end. On the block, the Eagles feature forwards Janelle Lane at 10.1 points per game and Bria Harris at 8.1 points a game. It'll be interesting to watch those two forwards go up against Blackburn and Hawkins. I'm now going to actually, bring in Derek Slayton here. We're going to actually get ready for the national anthem and color guards. Then I'll bring in Derek and we'll get keys to the game and players, impact players. So we'll be right back.
Contest between the Lady Eagles of Coppin State University and your Delaware State University Lady Hornets. At this time, we ask that you stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Things first, a little bit of housekeeping. Derek Slayton, good to have you back. Glad to see you back alongside me here today. Who are your impact players and your keys to the game as we get ready for this MEAC showdown?
I think for the keys to the game for Delaware State, first they have to be able to contest all the shots. This is a team that shoots 31% from three-point line in terms of Coppin State, which is second in the MEAC. And they have a lot of length. They have a lot of players that can get their shots up over some players, so they're going to have to do a good job boxing out as well because of the length. They have a couple of 6'3" people. Even Jordan Swales is 5'11", but she can go up and get a lot of rebounds. And then they got to run a transition to get easy buckets. That's when they're at their best, and especially for our impact player, Michael Aldridge. When she's in transition, whether it's scoring or distributing, she's very good. And I think for the MEAC, for the Coppin State, it has to be Jordan Swales for an impact player. She had 24 points last game and 13 rebounds, which is a career high. And also, last year when they faced each other, she had 16 points and 8 rebounds.
Definitely a great point there, Derek. You talked about your keys to the game, your impact players. You talked about Jordan Swales Saw her a lot last year, played a great game, talked about her ability to rebound at the guard position. Talk about what the Hornets are going to have to do to try to contain her.
I think mainly you got to keep her out of the paint. You cannot allow her to drive into the paint, but the one thing about it is she does shoot the 3-ball very well at 44%, which is the best in the MEAC. So they're going to have to do a good job of having special attention and making sure to box out and everything that comes with guarding somebody with her height.
You look at the starting lineups here today, you see Aaliyah Davis inserted into the starting lineup. Saw what she's been able to do for this team, been a great boost of energy. You saw her great half-court shot, which was been talked about all over the campus here, and her ability to, do with Coach Lewis, an extension of the coach at being at the guard position. Just talk a little bit about what that means putting her in the lineup.
Especially important about Aaliyah Davis because she came from such a difficult situation when she was here in 2012-2013 season. Her freshman year, she tore her ACL and then had multiple knee surgeries to get back to this point. She's become the coach's favorite. She wasn't even on the roster to begin the season. She was just a manager. She was trying to step away from basketball for a little bit, but midway through the season, they needed some more players, and Aaliyah Davis was there, and she answered the bell for them. And it's just a great story about her perseverance to stay in shape, to stay ready for the moment. So having her as a starting lineup, it's a huge accomplishment of her perseverance.
Definitely. You see Aldridge. We talked about how great she's been playing. The freshman, as the tip is off, and it goes to, guess who? Aaliyah Davis. So sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen. We do have double hitter action for you today. 3-guard offense for the Hornets. Bogart not in the starting lineup today. Kind of wonder why. Hopefully she's not injured or anything. As you see, Aldridge drives, gets it off to Blackburn, and the layup is up and in, and they break the scoring seal there with their first deuce of the game. Nikki Blackburn, good to see her score there, Derek.
In the last 4 or 5 games, Blackburn has definitely become a force to be reckoned with, especially on the boards, but she has a little bit of touch on the inside as well.
Definitely talked about the defense she brings, but the offense is definitely a plus. As you see right back on the other end, Sterling Smith, Bria Harris with the lay-in for the Eagles as they get their first 2 points of the day. Aldridge slashing to the rim, misses the lay-in, but guess who's there? Tierra Hawkins with the rebound and the putback. And like a good neighbor, Tierra Hawkins is there.
And the most impressive play about that part is how they just broke down a press and got an easy look.
Definitely like the pace so far as the jump shot is up. No good by Amber Griffin. The pace so far the Hornets have come out with. Davis brings it out. Will set up the offense. Slow it down. Gets it over to Aldridge. Aldridge, as she always does with the step back. Looking to go right. She does. Crosses over. Gets to the lane. And she gets to a place she gets to a lot, Derek. That's the free throw line. And we talk a lot about players who have that knack of getting to the line. Micah Aldridge is one of those players.
Yeah, she's very crafty with her handles, and she has a lot of different moves. Just seen a step back and then sets it up with a crossover, pretending to use the pick and able to draw the foul. When she's trying to attack the basket, the Hornets it's just a different dynamic that comes with it.
Definitely. Aldridge's first free throw is up and good. Good free throw shooter. She did actually in her last game. And I don't think Coppin State read the scouting report. I think everyone knows Micah Aldridge likes to go right. They let her get right back to that right hand and get to the line.
Yeah, we speak about it all the time. She just has so many different moves to get back to that hand. Hesitation, step backs, killer crossovers.
Definitely an impact player, as you talked about, Derek. Coppin on the inside. Layup is up and in. Janelle Lane gets in the lane for the deuce. Hornets are met by a press. Aldridge has a shot blocked, but they'll call a jump ball, so it will be pointing towards Coppin.
Looked like they rushed that a little bit. The press sped them up a little bit faster than they should have been moving on that possession.
Coppin gets possession, bring up by Genesis Lucas. Pass knocked away, stolen by Stinnett. Stinnett talked about the roller coaster ride she's been on, up and down. Hopefully she can come out strong in this game with some confidence. Davis takes the slip screen from Hawkins. Hawkins with the catch. Knocked away. Aldridge gets it. 11 on the shot clock. A lot of sloppy play early on. Coppin State gets the turnover. Turnovers have been a problem for the Hornets. Inside, up, and in. A power move there by Bria Harris, Derek.
I like the poise that Aaliyah Davis is playing with as she's breaking down the zone. Breaking down the press.
Pass goes over to Aldrich. Aldrich crosses over, but the ball looks like it was knocked away. Head coach for the Coppin State Eagles is Derek Brown, 14th season, as you see him on the sideline.
Also, he just had his 250th win of his career last game against Howard. They won 77-60.
Hawkins inside. Gets the contact, and we'll get to the line there. Definitely got to like the aggressiveness of the Hornets early on. Not selling for jump shots, Derek. Getting inside and doing something they do well. Get to the free throw line.
And that's when they're at their best, is when they're attacking the hoop like this. They're not a great three-point shooting team, but if they can space out correctly and have some driving lanes, they're a very tough team to guard. They're also the best team in terms of field goal percentage, and it's because they get looks like this at the rim.
Definitely a great point there as Hawkins misses the first free throw. Coppin looking to push the tempo. They do. Gets it up ahead, up court. As they work the ball, try to get everyone a touch. Pass goes in, knocked away. Try to get it to Harris. Harris knocked it away. Up ahead, Davis met by 4 Lady Eagles. Wisely brings it out. It's the net for 3. Not a bad shot. Doesn't get it to fall, but you got to like that in rhythm and the confidence of taking that shot. But gets beat back on the other end, and the layup is missed by Janelle Lane.
It's a bad job by Sinet getting back on defense, though. She just has a confidence issue. Whenever she misses her shot, head down, sulking back down the court, almost gave up an easy bucket.
We definitely see that a lot, Derek. She puts her head down after she misses a bad play or misses a shot. Definitely can't do that. Have to have amnesia and a short memory. As Blackburn, with the wild shot, goes under the basket, and a foul be called on the Hornets. And Micah Aldridge, like she's going to be called for the foul. And she has had trouble with fouls, Derek. Fouled out a few games ago and definitely been in foul trouble a lot.
Yeah, that's a foul you cannot commit about 50 feet away from the basket. You never want to commit a foul in a back court. They're not a pressing team, so there should be no reason for her to be lingering back there.
Coach Harris goes to the bench. You see Kersey. You see Bogart coming off the bench. I wonder why Coach Lewis didn't start Bogart today. I definitely like the 3-4 lineup of Blackburn, Hawkins, and Bogart, but that's why Coach Lewis is the coach. We'll see if there was a decision that will pay out.
And I kind of can see why she's doing that, because it gives them more of a scorer off the bench. So they'll be able to rest their players a little bit better and be able to bring in a potent scorer like Bogart off the bench.
See Griffin makes the shot there, and Hawkins gets it up and in. And Tierra Hawkins is picking up where she left off as of late. She's one of the hottest players in the MEAC and putting on the show, showing why she's an all MEAC performer.
Third in scoring in the MEAC with 17 points a game, and she's by far the best in terms of field goal percentage in the MEAC. Blown coverage on the defensive end leads to an easy bucket for Coppin State.
And that's going to be a long two-pointer by Genesis Lucas. And she begins this game with a 2-point shot. Davis met by the aforementioned Lucas. Hawkins with a little kiss off the glass.
The Lady Eagles have to double-team Hawkins. There's no way you can allow anybody to go one-on-one. Swells almost loses the ball there.
Well, the Lady Eagles will learn quickly. If they don't bring that double team, Tara Hawkins will give them fits all day. Speaking of fits, inside you have Jordan Swells. Speaking of fits, as we said, she can get it done. And she gets her first action of the day, and we'll get to the line when we come back. So we're at our first media timeout, Derek. Pace of play has been picked up a little bit. Hornets up 11-10. What do you think about the pace of the game so far?
I love the pace of the game because I think Aaliyah Davis is doing a good job in being in composure, not turning the ball over with the press. She has a very good size, so she's able to just post down a point guard when they're trying to press until she gets up to the front court. And then she's making a wise decision, pass it to your best player, Hawkins, and let her go to work.
I definitely love to see what Davis has done. Like you said, ball stability. We talked about the injury to Jay Washington not having that presence, but pretty much doing a similar job to what Jay Washington would do. Not turning the ball over, look to prefer her teammates over herself, and take her opportunities when they come.
And you can see the veteran presence that she has. She's a redshirt sophomore. She's been in the program for 3 years. So she's a little bit more familiar with how to deal with situations like this. And I love that they're letting her be the point guard, let Aldridge play off the ball where she could be more of a scorer.
Definitely, and a lot of teams, as you see early on in this game, come out like to press the Hornets. What do you think they need to do? It seems as though they still have trouble. I don't know if they practice it as much as they should, but what are some of the best ways to beat the press?
I think you're seeing it. We've seen it a lot. They're having multiple ball handlers on the floor and just being able to use the entire floor. Have somebody at the half-court line as an outlet. We've seen Hawkins do that a couple times. Have a couple people on the side and have Davis be the one main ball handler. And it's worked so far. They haven't really turned the ball over in the backcourt.
That is definitely the key for the Hornets. As we talked about, one of your favorite keys is what, Derek?
Normally it's don't turn the ball over, and they're doing a good job with that. I didn't name it as a key to the game today because I said so much, but it's always a key to any basketball game is to keep the turnovers to a minimum.
Definitely a great point there. Swells to the line, makes the first. Swells the junior out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Had her coming out party against the Hornets last year at this building when she had 16 points and 8 rebounds in her first career start.
Swells knocks them both down, and after the made basket, they come out and, you guessed it, a press. And they have had problems with these 10-second violations, but Hawkins takes it herself and gets to pass the line. Oh, just with a little bump on the smaller Griffin. Call that bully ball, ladies and gentlemen.
That's exactly how Davis gets by her press, by posting up the smaller guard, just saying, Aldridge, okay, let me see me. I can try that too to beat the press.
Screen set by Bogart for Kersey. 4 in the shot clock. The net pulls the trigger. It is up and in right between the eyes. Elias the net. That should help her confidence, Dirk.
It definitely should be. And you see her right back on the defensive side of the ball.
And you talk about abuse. Janelle Lane just abused poor Nakia Kersey in the post. She tried, but to no avail.
And Lane, part of that 1-2 punch for the Lady Eagles, showing her dominance. That's just an unfair fight, Kersey versus Lane in the post.
Bogart gets it inside, steps through, and banks it in.
May have gotten away with a walk. Or that might have been great footwork.
Definitely we'll take the ladder up that, Derek, because the three-pointer is up and in by, you guessed it, Genesis Lucas. As this pace of game, we talk about 7 seconds or less. I mean, this is close to it.
This is the pace that the Hornets love.
Bogart, right wing, goes left, spins, gets back to the strong hand, throws it up. Look for the foul call, didn't get it.
And that's a good no call, very minimum contact. Lucas.
Shot is knocked away, grabbed by the net.
You can just see the confidence after that first shot goes in the bucket. Now she's telling people, hey, get out the way, I got this. Let me run the play.
The net, definitely a capable individual, has good size at the guard position. But she gives it away to Jordan Swells and gets back on defense with the swat. And Swells is out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover. So she definitely redeemed herself there, Dirk.
And the best part is she got the ball poked away, but she didn't complain. She didn't put her head down. She ran back down and got the chase down block. Good recovery by Stinnett.
And defense without fouling. That's sort of a lost art in today's game of basketball. Seems like guys or women in this sense just give up an easy bucket or foul. She stayed with it, went for the ball, and got the block and caused a turnover.
And I love Lewis just talking to the players, telling them to get in their press breaking formation as everybody's in the back court to relieve the pressure for the main ball handler in Aldridge. This is something that you didn't see earlier in the year.
Kind of makes you wonder what could have been with this Lady Hornets team. It's not one thing, it seems like it's another. As you see Candace Beverly check into the game. Blackburn checks back in for the Hornets. Bogart, she can dribble a little bit for a forward. We'll get it up across midcourt. Using that body to shield it away. Ball knocked away. Aldridge gets it back. They have a 5-on-4 here. Kersey from the corner. Nothing but net. She's playing pool, Derek. 3-ball corner pocket.
They can't leave Kersey open over there, and Swells no good.
Fortunately, you won't see too many of those. Swells missing a bunny layup. But look who's there, wide open in the laps. But another miss by Candace Beverly, so there might be something in that Gatorade, Derek.
Yeah, they need to drink the stuff Zach LaVine drank for the dunk contest. The secret stuff from Space Jam. They make a bucket right now.
Bogart gets it up again. Gives it over to Aldridge. We'll approach 12 minutes remaining. Crossover by Aldridge. Almost loses it. And these guards of Coppin are hounding these guards of the Hornets. Pass is thrown away by the net. Lucas back the other way. Shot is up and in by Amber Griffin. Derek, these guards of Coppin are small, but they're quick and agile when they get back on the other end quickly, and they can knock down jump shots.
Yeah, they have a good pull-up jumper, which is hard to do to be able to stop on a dime off your dribble and knock shot down, but they've been able to hit a few of them early today so far.
And Lucas is a redshirt freshman from Brandywine, Maryland, and Griffin is a junior from Locust Grove, Georgia. So it looks like they have great chemistry in that backcourt for the Lady Eagles, and they still have a year or so together to actually build on the success of this team.
Exactly, and you can kind of see the chemistry of having upperclassmen. The way they're moving the ball in transition, you can see they've been together for a long time, and it's showing right now because they're not a great scoring team, but they're getting open looks for each other.
Definitely do have droughts where they find or have trouble finding ways to score. And it's definitely interesting to see. You see Coach Lewis over there in the huddle. What do you think she's going to tell her team? Tie game here. It's anybody's ball game, and it'll be interesting to see how this pace of play has to do with anything. So what does she tell the team?
I think more than just talking to him, I think she's going to draw up a play to get Hawkins the ball. They're going to bring Aaliyah Davis and Hawkins back in and start running through the post again because she was hot early on.
So far in this game, you've seen Coach Lewis go to her bench early and often. The rotation of this team has been a question mark as we see the ever flux of players in and out of the lineup to whatever it may be. So be interesting to see how Coach Lewis presses the right buttons of getting who into the game at the correct situations, as she'll go back to the 3-4 combination of Blackburn, Hawkins, and Bogart along with Aldridge and Davis. Tie game here, so. Right inside of Blackburn. Could have caught a foul call, but gets it up and in, and Blackburn is coming out looking focused today.
And a sign of good coaching is being able to execute off the timeout. A set play was ran perfectly to get Blackburn a wide open layup.
Could have said it better myself, Derek. Great point there. And the pass knocked away. Great job. Active hands there by Aldridge. Getting her hands in there. Swales. Bank shot, no good. The bank is closed. It's after 5 p.m. Hawkins inside. Gets it up, and it is good. Coast-to-coast radio, Tierra Hawkins. For a forward, Derek, she has guard-like abilities at times. Can show she can do that.
Hawkins just can't explain how good she is. One of the best players in Del State history.
Definitely is. It's all about appreciating the greatness of someone. Sometimes you don't realize it till they're not here. So you definitely have to take advantage of it and do the best you can to get them involved in the game. Coppin with the aggressive press. Bogart used the body to shield away from the defender, and it is not shielded away as it is stolen by Beverly.
That was just lazy ball handling by Bogart on that possession. Not a lot of press on that one.
Great point there. Offensive rebound by Swales. Scoops it up and in.
I think she used her offhand to get that bucket in too, and you can see why she's an impact player. 5'11" with guard ability, but still able to mix it up with the post players.
Impact player, look like she's waking up from her nap, Derek. She's scored recently and gets to the line again. And a lot of times, great players like this, as you see, get going for the free throw line. Once they see that ball go in the basket, it starts to build a rhythm with them, and they can hurt you later on in this game.
And the one thing the Hornets have to be concerned about is when she starts to make a little bit of buckets from in the paint, then she can stretch her range out and start shooting that three ball as well.
As you see Swales go to the bench to get a breather. Another press as Aldridge takes about 3 seconds of the 10, but gets it up court. Aldridge loses her defender for the moment. Still not a pass on this possession, but I guess it is all good because Aldridge makes it work with the shot.
She loves the fake left almost every possession. She loves that fake cross.
And you see Bria Harris wearing the 24 with the post move like one Kobe Bryant on the post with the footwork. But yeah, we talked about Aldridge, Derek. You see she likes to fake like she's going left like you see there. Go back right, and she has the knack. She can create her own shot. And you definitely need players like that in any type of offense. Great pass there by Davis to Blackburn, and she traveled.
Nice look by Davis, though. I'm really impressed of how much command she has on the offense so far.
Definitely, and lately over the past few weeks, we've seen the trend of the screen and roll. I think that has helped this offense as well. I'm sure you'll agree there.
It's something we've been asking for a lot, and it's finally starting to show up, and it's very effective for them.
Hawkins with the steal. Looks over, gets Kersey the ball. Kersey, one of the spark plugs, off the bench. Saw her knock down a three-pointer earlier. Davis yells out the offensive set. Hawkins looking to come up with the screen here. Slips it, goes inside. Hawkins fakes it, throws it up high off glass, and gets to a place she's accustomed to. That's the free throw line.
And Hawkins was mad at Kersey early on because she had deep post position, but then just reset it. Davis doing a good job running that pick and roll with Hawkins once again, and she'll go to the line.
I think that Hawkins does a good job faking like she's going to set a screen. Slips it and gets to the line as she misses the first free throw. Lucas will check back in. I think we're going to look here at the and one. Unfortunately, we cannot see the replays at the moment, but I'm sure you at home can.
And I'm 100% sure that was Swells with the scoop in because she's really good. So I'm going to go with that.
Hawkins makes the second free throw. Inside the Swells and knocked away by Davis.
Aldridge and Davis got a piece of that ball. Good help side defense by Davis on that play.
As you talked about, great help side defense. If you're going to front a post player, you definitely need help on the backside, and great communication there by the team defense. Hornet defense has played well in the half court.
There's Swells again.
And there you go, Derek. You talked about it. A prophetic message talking about her ability to go inside and stretch it outside. And a fundamental jump shot there. And what a play.
Watch Davis. She's just going to use her body to shield away from the defender.
$26-all.
That's a bad pass by Kersey.
And that may change. Up ahead, the pack is Harris. Goes to her offhand and gets to the line.
And that's going to be Aldridge's second foul so far. There's still just under 9 minutes left to play, so they're going to have to take her out the game, and here comes the net.
As you said, Stinnett looks like she's going to check in for Aldridge to give her a breather. Aldridge, as we said, has had trouble with fouls. A lot of times, like, she just reaches and, lazily puts her hands in there to get a reckless foul call.
But Kersey, on the other hand, has to be better, not picking up her dribble. Put the entire team in bad position when you pick up your dribble out in the perimeter. And then she telegraphed her pass. Everybody in the building knew that ball was going to Hawkins, led to a turnover.
Harris misses the second free throw, grabbed and held by Hawkins with a rebound there between two Eagles.
She's the best scorer in the MEAC, one of the best rebounders in the MEAC. Very impressive.
Davis shielding off Lucas, the pesky Lucas. These guards like to get their hands in there. Great defense, she's sliding. And Lucas calls a travel. And Davis is a little frustrated with her play in this game, knowing she's made some freshman-like mistakes.
I think that's her only mistake so far, but she's just a fiery player.
Definitely one of the leaders on this Hornet basketball team. Swells inside, off of the side of the backboard, gets it up again, misses. Layup is up and in by Beverly. So weird sequence there, but all in all results in 2 points for the Eagles. And they're starting to impose their will on the inside.
They have a lot of height. We talked about it earlier. A couple of 6'3" players. Swells is just about 6 foot. A lot of height for the Lady Eagles.
Kersey takes the screen from Blackburn, steps back. Three-pointer almost in. Lucas with the pass inside, swells, throws it up, thought she was fouled. And Bria Harris, was fouled. And she'll get to the line again. So the Hornets have to be careful here. They're racking up the fouls early in this game. And with 7 minutes remaining, they could be in a bonus soon.
We talked about rebounding the ball well. One part about that is you have to keep the players out of the paint. It makes it a lot easier to rebound. You're seeing a lot of people with deep post position, and that's really compromising the ability to rebound the ball. And that's why they're getting dominated on the glass so far.
Aldridge already has 2 fouls. You've seen a few fouls on the inside from Hawkins and Bogart and Blackburn. Trying to stop great post players is something a lot of times people aren't talked about in this game. Can you talk a little bit about trying to stop great post players?
It starts early, and it starts with trying to keep them from getting deep post position, fighting them off the block. That's where we do most of your work, especially against a good post player. And then it's just about keeping your leverage and keeping your hands straight up so you don't draw contact. And then after that, you got to box out to keep them from getting second chance points. They're not doing any of that so far. Seeing Bria Harris boxing out everybody and dominating the board. Just seeing Swells getting deep post position or just driving past her defender. So they got to do a much better job. They're having communication problems within their zone, and it's killing them on the glass as well as just giving up open looks.
Play is ready to resume here. Harris to the line. Bria Harris to the line. Lady Eagles with the 2-point lead, looking to extend that lead here, as the first free throw is no good. Harris, the senior out of Richmond, Virginia, misses both free throws. Bogart gets the rebound. Davis still in the game. Looks to amend for those mistakes she made. Shields off Lucas. Drives. Throws it over to Bogart. 15 on the shot clock. Bogart takes her time, spins, fades. No good. Lucas pushing the tempo. She's going to take it herself. And it is knocked away by Bogart. She's having a block party.
And I think it's going to be out on the Lady Eagles. So great job by Bogart getting back.
Bogart doing her best Kendall Gray impression. Hornets trail by 2 points. Davis looking for a teammate. Gets it over to Kersey. Ball knocked away. 12 on the shot clock. Kersey behind the back. Kersey goes right. 5 on the shot clock. Hawkins has time. Knocked away. Stolen by Henderson. Henderson's going to probably take it herself. Does. Tries to go coast to coast. Doesn't work. Bogart with the rebound. Kersey pushes. Drives right. Throws it up. Draws the foul. So great aggressiveness there by Kersey to get all the way inside and get the foul for the free throws.
Good use of the hesitation dribble and a blow by. She knows she's the smallest person on the court, but she has a lot of crafty moves to get open looks.
I think Kersey has to find a medium between whether she wants to facilitate or score. She's capable of doing both, but I think the Hornets are at their best when she can find that medium. And definitely not only get her teammates involved, but look for her shot. And that's not just settling for long three-pointers as shot clock expires, but getting in the paint as you saw and get to the line.
Yeah, she seems to have the role as the person when the shot clock's going down and like to get the ball to her for a bailout shot, which is unfortunate for her, but you would like to see her more involved early in the offense.
Kersey makes them both, ties the game up. That mid-range jump shot, you've seen her go to it all day. Amber Griffin, talk about the lost art of the mid-range jump shot. Griffin is not accustomed to that because she can knock down that jump shot, Derek.
And they keep going underneath the screen. With a player that short, you kind of want to let them drive into the basket instead of letting them have the open jumper. See if she can finish over the taller players.
And that's knowing your personnel. You know she's a shooter. She's capable of a knockdown shooter mentality, so you cannot go under those screens because she'll make you pay, as you've seen all day.
Especially when you're in two-point lane. They're going under the screen at the free throw line. That's as easy as a layup.
Lucas is hounding on the defensive end. She's everywhere. I mean, I don't see anybody really going by her as you see Hawkins craftily making her way into the lane, getting the two-pointer. This Lucas is very good on the defensive end, and you see her on the offensive end as well. Definitely a testament to what they preach over there with the Eagles.
And Hawkins with 12 early points, 100% from the field, 5 for 5.
Hopefully she can keep this pace up. The Hornets are going to need her. Swell showing a little bit of that range, not so much there. Maybe barely grazed the rim.
And Swell, she's just unconscious when it comes to shooting. She just has a very short memory. Only 3 for 12. But the way she's putting up shots, you would think she'd hit every single one so far.
Kersey there with a little bit of a back-off move. And Stinnett loses it. And it's going to, I believe, stay here with the Hornets as they try to take the lead here as we approach 5 minutes remaining here on Student Appreciation Day, where you see everyone doused in pink, support of breast cancer. And the pass is
right there.
Thrown away.
But I think that's going to be more on Kersey. When you back cut, you have to cut. You never want to fake your own teammate out.
Definitely don't want to make a teammate look that bad. Lucas points to a jersey, which will correlate with the set they want to run. Pass knocked away by Bogart. Great active hands over to Swales. Swales gets it over to Griffin. Griffin on fire from the field as well. Stinnett takes the cookies from the cookie jar. She's going to take it all away. Goes up and scoops it in. She listens to Coast Radio. She gets the deuce off the steal there. Great job.
And you see the adjustment against the pick and roll. They're going over the top, and they're forcing these guards to make a play. Bogart did a good job with the deflection earlier, and then Stinnett just became a straight-out thief on that play.
Stinnett must have been listening to me. She knows that Lucas isn't the only guard that can play good defense and get some steals. And speaking of steals, there's Blackburn. Blackburn to Bogart. Bogart to Hawkins. Hawkins does like to take this all away. And it's fouled and a little push there.
Also good camera work by Azure. She almost got ran over. Good job protecting the camera, the most valuable asset to this whole broadcast.
Hey, that's why I'm doing the broadcast and not the camera work, because I'm gone. You see Keena Samuels checking to the game as Hawkins head to the line. So now the Hornets have gotten the Lady Eagles into the bonus as well. 1-1, good. Hawkins makes the first. Derek talked about she's just on fire today. And she can do a little bit of everything, folks.
And I'm very surprised the Eagles have not double teamed. I know she got to the line here on transition, but normally, even in a half-court situation, she's getting one-on-one matchups, and she's just on fire because of it.
Definitely a great point there as the timeout is called by Coach Brown. So the Hornets up by 4. We've seen this a lot, actually, Derek, where we've seen the Hornets take the lead. We're going to get a look here, Derek, at the steal and the score by, I believe, Stinnett. So talk a little bit about this play.
Watch it just go over top of the screen. And she has very long arms and uses it well, timed it perfectly. And then the scoop layup with the right hand on the opposite side. A lot of skill on that play by Stinnett.
Great job there by Stinnett. Stinnett definitely has the capability of being an elite defender. You talked about that length. She definitely has the capability, 5'9" freshman, so still tons of room to grow. And I think that's one thing she may need to focus on, playing defense and let that translate to offense, as you saw.
Exactly, because too many times she lets her offense dictate what she does on the defensive end, and it should be the total opposite. Because she's such a great defensive player, she should let that be the way to build her confidence, just like you said. And a play like that is definitely a confidence builder.
Coach Lewis has to be pleased with the way her rotation has worked out today. Getting contributions from a little bit of everywhere. You talked about coaching is about what you do out of timeouts, and she's pressed the right buttons. Talk a little about what she's done with this lineup and the rotations.
I think having Aaliyah Davis back has really stabilized them in the backcourt. They're not turning the ball over nearly as much as they normally do, and it allows Aldridge to be more of a scoring guard. It allows Kersey to be looking for her offense more instead of setting up the offense, and it just gets everybody in their proper roles. And then having Bogart off the bench gives them another scoring threat and a better defender.
Lucas misses the mid-range jumper. I believe that's the first one that guard combo of her and Griffin has missed. Kersey goes left. It's the net. Gives it off to Blackburn. Approaching 3:30 remaining. Bogart from 15 feet. What a shot there. Smooth. Amber Bogart. It's the net hounding Griffin and getting out there on that ability to shoot. So they read the scouting report. And Swales is ice cold, almost as cold as the weather outside, Derek.
She's 3 for 14 so far. They're doing a good job defensively against her.
Bogart up and under. Looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Blackburn, and it is going to stay with the Lady Hornets. So they will get 17 on shot clock, 3 minutes remaining, up by 6.
They're kind of in a tough angle here for a pass.
Young's pass is just given away, and Derek, you were right, just a horrible angle and horrible pass. Shot is up in the end. That's Omar Taeyong, sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland. 6'3", towering over everyone. Not many times you say that with Bogart and Hawkins on the court. Kersey goes behind the back, loses it. A little too fancy there. Stinnett gets it. Stinnett takes the screen from Bogart. Goes behind her back. Great floater inside to Bogart. And Stinnett showing a little bit of everything in her game as she's capable of doing, Derek.
There's so much potential of her. If she can just keep her head on straight and not care too much about the mistakes, she's going to be a very, very, very good player for the Hornets in the future.
Definitely a great point there as you see Griffin diving on the ground. Gets it over to her counter mate, Lucas. And she misses the floater but gets it back and gets it in.
That was just poor effort defensively by the Hornets. Nobody played defense on that possession. Stinnett missed Bogart early in the possession. She was wide open underneath the court.
Stinnett with the crossover. Great pocket pass to Hawkins. Hawkins just throws it up. Thought she was fouled. Doesn't get it. Winsing gets up slowly. They have a 5-on-4. Inside to guess who. That's no good by Taeyong. Swales is there. She's just awful today. And shot again by Taeyong is no good. Kersey gets it out. So the Hornets fortunate there. 5-on-4 and they win. Not many times you see that. Kersey gives it right back. Stinnett and Bogart waiting for the Lady Eagles. Inside, swatted away. A block party by Amber Bogart.
I think you were right. Maybe Gray and Bogart have been having some defensive practices together because that was a Kendall Gray type of block. Great time.
That was Kendall Gray-esque. We talk about having a block party. I think Amber Bogart should get in the party promotion if basketball doesn't work out because she likes inviting people to her parties, and it's called a block party, ladies and gentlemen.
And the timing's just terrific, but Kersey's been a little loose with the ball. A couple turnovers here is hurting them offensively and defensively.
You saw Aldridge. She's been sitting for a long time. Looks like she's going to get back in after this huddle, thankfully. 2 fouls. Looks like she can hopefully go into half with no more than 2 fouls. But they're definitely going to need her down the stretch.
Stinnett with the pass really quickly. Sorry to cut you off, but we had to show Stinnett behind the back and then a bullet pass to Hawkins. I'm sorry, Bogart for the lay-in.
Definitely. Cut me off anytime, Derek, when it leads to 2 points for the Hornets.
And I don't understand why you sub in Aldridge on a defensive possession with 2 fouls. I know they wanted her back in the game, but wait until you're on the offensive side of the ball. Here's some miscommunication for 3. No good.
And the Lady Hornets are getting dominated on the boards. Omar Taeyong again, 6'3". Somebody has to put a body on him.
Exactly. And they're running kind of like a matchup zone, which is causing some trouble in terms of boxing out their opponent.
Davis over to Aldridge. Aldridge is almost out of bounds. Pass inside is thrown away. Aldridge loses it.
Did somebody put like butter on a basketball? They just couldn't hold on to it that possession. Somebody's going to have to dry off the basketball, it seems, or something, because that was not a good possession for the Lady Hornets.
Definitely a game of hot potato there. Screen by Swell, set hard. Over to Griffin. Griffin swings it inside. She'll get it back. Drives in. Lucas for three. It is water, ladies and gentlemen, because this guard offensive Coppin State is getting it done today. They've come back, take the lead.
They're second in the MEAC in three-point shots for a reason.
Lady Hornets have the last shot opportunity. Need to get moving. Aldridge steps back. Three, no good. Rebounded. And that'll be the half as the Lady Eagles won't even take a shot. They're going to the locker room with a 39-38 lead. So far in the first half here, Derek, what has stood out to you as we look at some of the highs and lows of this half?
I think defensively they've had a lot of breakdowns in their zone. The one part about the Hornets is they don't play a lot of woman-to-woman defense because they don't have the foot speed. So they have to do a better job communicating when they're in their zone. They're going to have a lot of easy threes, a lot of easy looks everywhere on the court. They got to do a better job. Also, they got to do a better job boxing out. But offensively, I like what they did, especially early in the game, getting the ball into the post players and letting them play well. They're doing a good job getting Hawkins and Bogart involved. And I think Stinnett and Davis have looked very good as well.
Definitely a great point there. What do you think that the Lady Hornets need to do to definitely try to get a win here today?
I think defensively they just have to tighten it up. They're giving up too many open looks. The zone has to be better. They have to do a good job communicating. And that normally starts in the back end. Hawkins or Bogart, whoever can see the entire play, they need to speak to their teammates and communicate better to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
So what I'm going to do right now is if we have any
So we'll be right back after halftime. Stay tuned for the halftime festivities. 39-38 to score. WDSU-TV.
survivor of breast cancer, please come join me at center. Give her a round of applause. We can do better than that, everybody. Thank you. Now, while we have her coming out, we have our starting lineup today that is serving at the front door and helping us bring awareness to, and they're passing out information. And they're from the Delaware Breast Cancer Coalition right here in Delaware. So Ms. Sandra Arnell, Ms. Gloria Minus, Pauline Powell, and Ms. Roxanne Edwards, they're here, and they wanted to help us bring awareness to it, and they've partnered with us doing it. Please give them a huge Hornet round of applause. Now, this isn't a disease that just affects women. It affects men. It affects people from all different walks of life, all different types of ages. And if you or somebody in your family knows somebody that has either had breast cancer or is going through the fight right now, we want to send a salute to them, and we want to send a salute to you, because nobody can be a survivor like these ladies just by ourselves, all right? So once again, we want to recognize them. Two Flies put his pink on, and we want to say thank you, and we salute you on behalf of Delaware State University and Delaware State Athletics. Thank you all so much.
Shout out to all the brothers wearing pink. Real men wear pink. I had a pink bow tie, but I dropped it on the ground and it was like wet. So no pink. Anybody got a pink tie? I wear it. Real men wear pink. Shout out to the Storms in the building. Y'all ready today? Okay, okay. Top model Dr. Skelcher's in the building. You got a pink tie? Tell somebody go get one. Tell somebody go get it. Too fly wear pink. Bring your artist awareness to breast cancer awareness. So I'm talking about my Spike Lee seats wearing pink. Steph, is that pink? Oh, that's red. Okay, that's red. My bad. Colorblind. I had a pink bow tie, but it fell in the mud.
Females be stuck to me. I think they try to glue me. I make the party shine bright when it started gloomy. This beat was bubble gum, so I had to chew it.
Taste me how to do it. Taste me how to do it. Taste me how to touch my swag.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. You ain't messing with my on my mama. On my food. I look fly. Yeah, I look good. Touch my swag. This shit cool. I look fly. Yeah, I look good. 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 I look good.
Yeah. Don't forget, ESPNU never graduate. ESPNU is proud to be the official national broadcast partner of the MEAC Conference. For more on ESPNU, call your local operator or satellite provider. Russell Athletics, proven on the court of play, is proud to be the official uniform and apparel provider for the Eastern Athletic Conference. Nike, just do it. Nike's the official footwear provider of the MEAC Conference. You know, we're just getting all the reads out right now. We're getting them all out right now. Before the stove, come on. Don't forget the MEAC basketball tournament is March 10th through the 15th at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Call DSU ticket office at 302-857-TIX and ask about the $85 Hornet MEAC tournament discount. Let's give our Hornets the home court advantage in this year's MEAC tournament. Me and Too Fly gonna see you there. Yeah. Okay, one more. Oh, y'all wanna wobble? Let's wobble, Too Fly. Yeah. Oh. Look at my people over there wobbling. They over there wobbling. Let's go wobble with them, Too Fly. Get in there. Hey, Too Fly. Hey. I see the equestrian team over there doing the wobble. I see y'all. They don't just saddle on them a horse, they saddle in the seats and do the wobble.
I got them shaking their booties like Congos, man. I'm shaking the city like quakes. The haters blue in the face like Gonzo, cause I'm breaking the cake, so let's. I'm taking the game's mine. Y'all witness the change, it's my time. Yeah, I'm new to the game, but y'all might wanna say you whack raps, daylight saving time. I can dance, homie, I don't two-step. Y'all looking at something like a true player. A girl told me that a man that can dance might could possibly get down with the in his pants. Now I'm a ladies, let me see it vibrate. And when it's over, you ain't gonna need your bird. Cause I'm a pro, make you bend your back low, then the pound it real fast, just like the percolate. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Try not to mess it up. But all right, welcome back. Halftime here in the Hornets' Nest. Delaware State University Lady Hornets trail the Coppin State Lady Eagles 39-38. It's been a fun, fast-paced affair so far. A lot of points in a fast tempo, not a lot of fouls. Quick up-tempo game. Derek, what has stood out to you so far in the first half as we look back at a one-point game?
What stood out to me so far is they're getting killed on the offensive glass. They gave up 14 offensive rebounds, which is leading up to a lot of second chance points, 13 to be exact. They got to do a better job crashing the boards and helping out, and especially the guards. They got to do a better job crashing the boards and helping out Blackburn and Hawkins corral some of these rebounds.
Oh, looking at these stats, Derek, what has stood out to you so far?
Also the turnovers, of course, they always turn the ball over a lot. They got to keep that down to a better number. They did a good job early in the game, but when Davis isn't in the game, they don't do a good job in terms of going against the press. So they're going to do a better job handling the press and doing a better job of not picking their dribble up in the half-court area, which leads to some turnovers as well. But offensively, when they do not turn the ball over, they're shooting 56% from the floor, so that's been a good sign. And also they're holding the Coppin State to 39%, but are just getting out-rebounded by so much on the glass. 14 offensive rebounds, like I said, for the Lady Eagles. They have to do a better job if they want to come away with a victory.
Great point there as we're ready to start the second half here. Aldridge will get it as second half play begins. Aldridge with 2 fouls. Gives it over to Davis, who swings it to the net. Davis looking for a teammate. Screen by Hawkins. Nope. And that is a turnover, Derek. Start the second half.
It's not what you want to start off the half. Looked like they ran a play for Hawkins, but they did a good job denying the ball in the post.
Cross-court pass from Swales. Goes to Griffin. Three-pointer by Lucas. In and out. Rebounded by Blackburn. Davis drives inside, up and in. What a bucket there by Aaliyah Davis, and she'll go to the line for one more.
She has the clear size advantage. She can do that all game long. Like the aggressive nature, just going to show you the little post up here, and then just to watch the fastball, just a change in speed and then to another gear. Good job lowering her shoulder, drawing the contact, and finishing off the glass.
Davis with the play, telling the Coppin State Eagles, you know my work. I hit half-court shots.
And she'll tack off the three-point play, giving the Hornets another lead. This has been a back-and-forth seesaw game. That's the 9th lead change of the game.
As we have a foul away from the ball on Davis. I guess that's what I get for pumping her up.
Lady Hornet foul number 34, Aaliyah Davis. Her first team first of the second half. Coppin State.
Swells throws it in to Lane. Great pass, stolen away there by Hawkins. Davis gets it, stolen away by Griffin. So a lot of robbery going on.
Somebody has to stop the ball.
Inside, up, and it is good. That is going to be Bria Harris for the 2-point shot.
That's the Lady Eagles' 18th point off of turnovers. They have to do a better job, not just protecting the ball, but when they turn the ball over, they got to get back quicker.
Definitely a great point there. Aldridge for 3. It is good. Great pass, and the assist is going to be by Leah Davis. So good job there by Aldridge. And on the other end, Janelle Lane in the lane for another 2-point shot. Laps there by the Hornets as they cut the lead to 1, 44-43. And this pace has continued from where it left off as Kersey and Bogart set to check in next dead ball.
Good move by Aldridge.
Aldridge gets it inside, loses it, but Sinet will regain it. Aldridge, another shot, just made it one, and it is good. And she's on fire to start the second half, Derek, making up for lost time with those fouls.
Did I mention she was my impact player? I think I did. Good job, Derek. Good job.
Wide open. It is up and in. Shooter's touch there by Genesis Lucas. Davis gets it over to Stinnett. Stinnett drives inside. Foul is called.
It was like Jordan Swells just ran right through Aaliyah Davis' screen. And once again, that 7-woman rotation. Kersey and Bogart back in. Davis and Blackburn out.
Definitely a very thin bench for the Lady Hornets. Hawkins gets it inside, and it is knocked away there by Harris, who gets it up ahead to Griffin. Griffin stops, pops, knocks it in.
Once again, the Hornets don't get back in defense off a turnover. It leads to an easy bucket.
Aldridge one-on-one met by Griffin. Aldridge throws it up and is knocked away. Lucas gets it and throws it away. I don't know if it was knocked away. Looks like it should be.
I'm sorry, not Blackburn. Bogart seemed to get a hand on it. Actually, no. It will be Hornet ball.
Lester will go back to the Hornets. The net pushing the tempo. Drives right, gets it up, and good shot there. Just no good. Swales top of the key, swings it over. Griffin drives in and floats it up. Rebounded by Hawkins. Hawkins keeps the ball high, gets it up to Aldridge. Aldridge met by Swales. Aldridge will take it, stops, pops, no good. Great rebound there by Bogart, and she is pushed. And what an effort there by Bogart.
She came out of nowhere flying to the rim. But I like the up-tempo ball. Hawkins gets the rebound, finds her outlet passer, and they're off to the races.
Effort is definitely something you can't teach. It's about will, and you saw it there with Bogart. Aldridge gets inside the lane, throws it up, almost in. She'll get to the line once again for
Probably
two
should have
free
jumped
throws.
that off to Bogart, who was wide open underneath the rim, but she has a scorer's mentality.
Definitely the next evolution of her game, giving up good shots for great shots. Seeing the teammate there, especially the guard position, maybe a nice bounce pass, gets to the Bogart for the easy lay-in.
Exactly.
All of our sponsors for the 2014-2015 athletic season. Big help.
Also, quick to note, Davis is on the sideline getting worked out. It looks like her hamstring or something, but here's a replay. This is the and one by Davis? Or no, it wasn't. This is one of Aldridge's 2 threes that she hit to start off the second half. And then Aldridge just so skilled, especially off the pick and roll, not able to get it to go, but then she spots up. Davis again, Aldridge, and she'll knock that one in as well.
Well, Derek, you see the huddle here by the Lady Hornets. So far in the second half, tied game. This game looks like it's going to be another nail-biter. What has stood out to you so far?
I think I like the aggressiveness by Aldridge, and here we're going to have another replay as Harry Hudson put in his work, getting paid for his money. And this is Genesis for 3. Gets the shooter's touch.
Play ready to resume here.
You up there on your Instagram? You on Instagram? No? Okay. Facebook? No?
And we could be headed to another classic finish. Put that in your back pocket and see if we revisit that later. Aldridge to the line for 2 free throws. Out of Cleveland, Ohio. Aldridge makes the first free throw. Makes the second, extends the lead 49-47. Lady Hornets out in front.
I'd like to see the Hornets string together some defensive stops. Been very easy so far this half for the Lady Eagles.
Definitely a good point there. Fake, stops, pops. Griffin shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. Talk about following your shot. Gets it inside to Swales. Swales has been ice cold, and that continues. But give credit to Bria Harris. She's been around the ball a lot today. She's definitely getting it done.
And 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. They got to do a better job boxing out.
Harris with 10 points in the game today with that too. Pass goes inside to Aldridge. Aldridge had it knocked away. Griffin's going back the other way for the Lady Eagles, and great passing there, but great recovery there by the Lady Hornets getting back on defense. Shot is up, no good. Hawkins gets it and loses the ball. Can't have things like that happen in such a close game.
Good job by Swales getting a piece of it, knocking it off of Hawkins' leg.
Pass goes inside to Swales. It's like it was deflected as Blackburn will check back in.
I like this substitution here. It's kind of a offense for defense, as Blackburn is a much more agile defender.
Griffin gets it in the corner. Over to Swales. Swales, as we said, ice cold. Lucas gets it over to Swales. And look who it is. It's Harris again. And Bria Harris has been an unsung hero for this team today, getting it done everywhere.
Looks like that foul is going to be on Kersey. Just a little late on a trap. Gets called for the reach in. And like you said, Harris is doing a good job on a block, but can't get the free throws to go.
Harris misses the first free throw, so hopefully that trend will continue.
She's 0 for 5 so far.
And as you say that, Derek, she makes the first, goes 1 for 2 from the line, sends the Lady Eagle lead to 1 point. Stinnett brings it up for the Lady Hornets. Takes the screen from Bogart, or does not take it. There she goes. She takes it. Wise woman there, goes left, gives it over to Aldridge. Aldridge drives inside, gets it over to Kersey. Kersey. Eight on the shot clock. Stinnett for 3. No good. Lucas gets over to Griffin. Shot is way off. And that is going to stay with the Lady Eagles here as we're at about 14 minutes remaining.
They had to do a better job rebounding. They're getting their initial stop, but they're getting killed on a glass right now.
Swales loses it. And Swales is having a tough day at the office, Derek.
Definitely a day to forget for Swell so far, but she's a scorer and she's not going to stop putting up shots.
That's one thing you said, Derek. She's not afraid to keep shooting. Aldridge on the left wing. Gets it inside to Bogart. Bogart can knock down that shot, and she does it again. Bogart from about 12 feet in. She has such a soft touch, Derek.
And you would like to see her get involved in that high post action more.
Definitely a good point there. That could be an advantage for this offense. Pass over to Lucas. No good. Swales with the offensive rebound, and they have made a living today with the offensive rebounds. Swales misses it. Kersey takes it away. Pass up ahead to Aldridge. Aldridge loses it. Gets it back. Great pass ahead to Bogart, and it is sent back to Coppin State by Bria Harris.
Good block by Harris, but it was a nice find by Aldridge. Just didn't work out. Bogart had to get a taste of her own medicine. She had a couple blocks just like that in the first half.
Aldridge in the corner. Over to Stinnett. Kersey has that look in her eye. Drives, doesn't take the shot. We'll reset the offense with 10 on the shot clock, 13 minutes remaining. Hornets looking for something on offense. Inside, knocked away with 5 on the shot clock. So the Hornets stagnant on offense early on in the second half.
Besides Aldridge, they haven't really had much of an offensive punch.
Bogart to Kersey. Kersey gets it, 4 on the shot clock. Throws it up. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
And that's unfortunate for Kersey. People will look and point fingers at her. But with 2-3 seconds left, really not much for her to do but hoist up a shot.
Good point there. You see Aaliyah Davis ready to check back in next possession or substitution, excuse me. Lucas goes to her right. Swings it over to Beverly. And Griffin gets it, has Harris at the high post. Harris has been playing well. And it is another foul going to be called.
Stinnett not happy with that. She thought she had all ball. But Harris has struggled from the line as we previously mentioned. All right, I'm not going to mention no more. Because each time I seem to mention something, she makes it.
Harris with the free throw there, much to the dismay of Derek Slayton. And she misses the second one, Derek, so tie game.
And I didn't say one word. I don't like how this thing works. I have too much power, too much control over a game in the wrong direction when I say something. I don't like it.
Davis, right wing. Davis has been playing well since being back on his team. Hawkins over to Bogart. Bogart met by the small defender. 8 on the shot clock. Inside to Hawkins. Hawkins has a pass knocked away. And the pass goes up, and it is in by Harris, as Hawkins like she might have been cut. Hawkins gets it. Hawkins drives in, throws it up, and a foul called.
And Hawkins laboring a little bit, grabbing on that right knee that she has a brace on, so that's not a good sign.
That's the last thing you want to see with her injury presence that she's had, or injury history, excuse me. So as we go into this timeout, Lady Hornets trail by 2. What do they have to do, Derek, to get back and eventually win this game?
I think some of the players are starting to get a little timid. You seen the ball move around and people are getting good looks, but nobody's taking a shot except for Hawkins. So they're going to have to be more aggressive looking for that shot early in the offense because they're getting the open looks that they are accustomed to knocking down. And as you see everybody with pink on today because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Week, Miss Candy Young always does a good job of planning these type of events, and it's always good to see for the Hornets to give awareness in such a situation like this.
Hornets have to find a way to get some offensive rhythm developed. Hawkins will hit to the line, 2 free throws.
We ain't gonna cheer for y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Show you some love, though. Show you some love. Show you some love.
Hawkins has 14 points in the game, 5 and 6 from the field. Makes the first free throw, cuts the lead to 1. Getting Hawkins involved down the stretch will be key. Lady Hornets want to drive in the victory lane as they missed the second free throw. Lead still 1 for the Lady Eagles. Lucas on the other end. Gets it over to Griffin. Griffin inside. Gets it over to Swirls, and she gets one to fall. And hopefully that's not the start of a trend.
Some huge possessions coming up here, and that's just unexcusable.
I don't have much to say about that, Derek, but that was not something you definitely want to happen.
You got to kind of put the blame on Aldridge for not being aware, though.
And those 2 points could come back to haunt the Hornets.
They're trying to get Hawkins in the post. She just flashed through the high post. The pass wasn't made. Dangerous pass here, but Bogart gets it.
Wild shot thrown up. Lucas is going to take it all away. Gets it behind the back, inside the Swells. And Genesis Lucas, what a play there. Highlight worthy. Gets it done and finds her teammate Swells to keep her momentum going.
And we've seen this story before, but when the Hornets are in a close game, but turnovers start to haunt them. That's their 19th turnover of the game. They have to do a better job, at least getting a shot at the rim.
Aldridge goes inside, goes up. No foul call. Looks like she was looking for a foul. Doesn't get it. Pass inside, no good. Harris gets it back, and she'll go to the line again.
In the last couple plays, as you see, you're going to see Tamika Lewis call for a timeout. But the last couple plays, they're trying to run a post play for Hawkins, but she seems to be in pain, and she's not really fighting in the low post too much, and it's causing some stagnant plays on the offensive side.
You look at the behind-the-back pass there by Lucas. It is definitely an excellent play there by the redshirt freshman.
History Month, but it's also Delaware State University history. All right, I got a couple questions. I'm here with Laquita.
So, Dirk, you're seeing the Hornets kind of unravel a little bit. 59-52 to score, down by 7. 10-14 remaining. Hornets have to get it going quickly. Don't you agree?
They got to do a better job of play calling. They're running the same play. You're going to see Michael Aldridge go baseline, and they're trying to post up for Hawkins, but she's hurt. So they got to run a play for somebody else because Hawkins just doesn't have it in her right now to make a play. So they're going to have to – I like when they use Bogart in a high pick and roll or use her in a high post in general. I think that's the direction to go.
Hold on, she said Thomason Builders or Lockyer Hall. Which one is it? What's your final answer? Is it Lockyer Hall? You sure? All right, last question as we walk off. How many Delaware State University presidents have we had? Say it, she got all 4 questions right. Congratulations to Quito. We still got to get for you, though. Hold it down for the storm.
Harris to the line. She's been making her imprint all over this game. Harris misses the first one, as Derek Slayton will not say a word because he knows that if she says something, she will make the shot. So we'll do the wait and see approach on the second free throw. It is good for Harris, so 60-52 is the score. 10 minutes remaining.
The Eagles with their largest lead of the game with 8 points, with an 8-point lead.
Swells hounding Aldridge. It's the net.
Wow,
Drives.
that's not a good look.
I think they may need to close a window or a door because
I would like to see them just give the ball to Michael Aldridge, run something with a pick and roll, and let her try to make a play for her team because the posting isn't working because they're not getting good post angles to make the pass into.
Swells, pump fake, drives inside, throws it up and in, and she is heating up. Oh boy, Derek, you asked for it. Here she comes.
And this scoring drought could not have happened at a worse time for the Lady Hornets. They need to find something, anything.
Pass is bulleted inside in close quarters, and luckily the foul was called, but wonder why you throw a pass like that in that situation.
Yeah, they're trying to force feed it into Hawkins. It's just not there. We mentioned earlier she looked like she was holding her knee, and she hasn't looked the same since. Would like to see everybody be a little bit more aggressive, looking for their own shot. Bogart has the entire paint to herself and then realizes a little too late.
Seems like these Lady Hornets are just throwing themselves up in the air, just trying to draw a foul, but not really with any substance. Drive inside, up and in. Genesis Lucas once again.
And that's the art of the pull-up jumper. That's what Bogart should have did on her end. Instead of crashing into somebody, gather yourself, take the mid-range jumper. It's wide open. They're going to have to find some type of open bucket. Bogart is wide open.
Kind of wonder why they didn't see that, kind of keeping their head down. They get the 2-point, stops the drought. Trail by 10 with 8 minutes remaining.
They have to make a stop here and try to get something in transition. That's what normally sparks their offense.
Aldridge meets Griffin. Griffin drives in. Has Lucas wide open in the corner. She misses. Ball tap right to Swells. And once again, Swells scores again.
The zone just isn't working, but I like the substitution getting Blackburn in to help on the boards.
Kersey thought about giving it to Sinet. Aldridge drives right. Bogart will set the screen. She doesn't take it. Three-pointer, no good.
Would have liked to see her take that 3 on a catch and shoot earlier.
And if you don't know the name Genesis Lucas, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to Google it because she has made her imprint all over this game and been the best player on the court today.
Lucas and Harris have just been dominating, as we're going to see. Here's the replay, the missed shot. And watch Lucas just go. Just takes off. Nice double clutch to avoid the block off the backboard. That's textbook.
for the whole band, right? Now I'm gonna ask you 3 more questions. They're gonna get a little harder. You ready? Okay. First question. Now I'm gonna give you options.
Derek, the Hornets are down 68-54. You're seeing Coppin State kind of pull away a little bit. What, if anything, the Hornets can do to try to cut this lead down?
They got to stop being timid. Nobody wants to take a shot. Somebody has to take a shot. It has to be a good look at the basket and be in control, but somebody has to take a shot, and that's what you got to talk to them. You can't just continue to throw the ball to Hawkins and tell her, solve all our problems, because she's hurt right now. She hasn't played with the same effort because she's just drained. She's taken a beating so far. So somebody else is going to have to make a play.
You sure it's not Dr. Williams? You wasn't here, Dr. Williams? Huh? You got William B. DeLauder, Richard Grosley, or Wesley Webb? Wesley Webb, is she correct? Is that your final answer? Yeah, add up. You got Wesley Webb, William B. DeLauder, or Richard Grosley. Which one? D? Grosley? Grosley, that's your final answer, and it's incorrect. You said it was Webb. One band, one sad sound.
Kersey over to Aldrich. Hornets need something. 7 minutes remaining. Still time, but a little bit of urgency needs to be enacted. Bogart inside gets it. Great move there by Bogart. Cuts the lead to 10 as we approach 7 minutes remaining. Still, Kersey gets it. Throws up the floater. No good. Knocked away, and guess who's there? It's Bria Harris with another rebound.
Looks like they're going to try to trap a little bit, but Lady Eagles do a good job.
Aldridge is going to have to win the game with a defense. Speaking of defense, there's none there. That's Candace Beverly with the wide open, easy lay-in.
And the worst part about the Hornets is they're just not a great defensive team, so when they go through these offensive droughts, they have nothing to lean back on, and it's costing them big time right now.
Definitely talk about costing them big time. It's costing them today. Hawkins, no good. Went to her go-to move, it didn't work. And you look at that, Blackburn slow to get up.
Like she took some like an elbow to the face or something, but they're going to have to get back quickly.
Lucas, top of the key, met by Bogart. Hornets are going to play a little bit of that zone, it looks like. Swells for 3, way off.
They got to push. They got to go to transition. Everybody's just standing around. They got to go.
Davis will check back in.
You kind of have to wonder with a 7-woman rotation, is fatigue setting in?
Aldridge gets inside, gets the 2 points, cuts it to 12. Like you said, Derek, we wonder, is Coach Lewis ever going to try any of these other young players that they have? It'll be interesting to see.
Well, it's probably too late to sub in somebody who hasn't played, but just for having fresher players, maybe they should go to a more of an expanded rotation. But, of course, a lot of injuries on that back line. Washington and Justice and McLeod, so many injuries.
Griffin at her spot. Good.
And this just looks like a Hornet team that just has really not a whole lot left in the tank. Coppin State is not a good offensive team. They only average 56 points, but they have 72 so far.
Hawkins inside, loses the ball, and it's just falling apart quickly for the Hornets here. Griffin and Lucas have put on a clinic in the backcourt today. Lucas gets it over. Beverly stops, pops, gets it over to Bria. No good. Swells throws it up, but 1 on the shot clock. There's shot clock violation of 4:42 remaining.
The Hornets cannot be conservative and run a lot of this clock off with only just under 5 minutes remaining. They're going to have to look for some early offense. If they have an open look, they got to take it. They got to be ready.
No sense of urgency, no it's just methodically moving. Aldridge gets it over to Blackburn. Blackburn misses the lay-in.
Blackburn has to go up stronger than that. Kind of faded when she got the ball and nobody was there.
And now Coppin State will just drain as much time as possible as we are at 4 minutes remaining here in the second half.
And Aldridge gets crushed by a pick. Leads to the easy bucket.
Lucas with the easy points there. I mean, if I could give out a game ball, it'd probably be a team ball because this whole team is coming to play. And the guard play of Lucas and Griffin along with Harris. Even though Swells had a bad game, to see Bogart make the two-pointer. And the travel is going to be called on Swells.
Not the best call. I think that's a blocking foul, but the Hornets will take anything they can get. Still a lot of time with just under 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
So I'm going to give her one more shot. Come on, Laquita, one more shot.
All right, Derek, 14-point deficit, 3:30 remaining. What, if anything, you can do to try to somehow combat this lead and come back?
We're going to have to start drawing up some plays for some threes. I know it's still early, but they got to find a way to get some open looks because Coppin State has packed the paint and are basically daring the Hornets to take a shot from the outside. Kersey is a player you would probably draw a shot up for because she's a knockdown shooter, especially when she's able to shoot off a catch and shoot. So would like to see them run a play for her or Aldridge for a shot long range.
Is it A, Dr. Harry Williams, B, Dr. Alan Sessom, C, Dr. William DeLore, D, Dr.
We're going to have a replay here, just Aldridge. When she's aggressive, good things happen. We just have not seen a lot of that in the last 5 minutes or so.
Right there, they're pointing at him. What's his name? I don't know. Is it A, B, or C? Which one is it?
And here you're going to watch just a pick right here by Swells. Actually, that's not the play.
I'm going to repeat the option.
Going to have a low post play that leads to an easy bucket for Lucas.
What's his name? She said Dr. Carter. Dr. Carter. Dr. DeLord. DeLord. Amen. Dr. DeLord. We got you. We got you.
Bogart to inbound for the Lady Hornets. They need to hurry up. 14 points. Down, 3:30
That's
remaining.
An open shot.
Aldridge misses a three. Talked about Lane. She has about 6 points. Harris with 15. Genesis with 20. Amber Griffin with 10. Jordan Swell still has a 17-point total, Derek. Such a bad shooting day. As speaking of Lucas, she gets it again.
Lucas having a career-high night. They just struggle against guards. For some reason, they really don't have a good answer for her.
And I think that
Kersey's
that's going to be the challenge of this Hornet team taking the next step. You talked about defensively as you see Kersey make the tough lay-in. They don't rise to the challenge sometimes defensively, and you see other guards come in here and just manhandle them. And that's going to be the key. It's good. It's two ends of the court. And we know they can play offense, know they can shoot or want to score, but nobody wants to dig in to play defense. And that's where good teams are bred and where championships are won.
And the reason why they just struggle with guards, they don't have a lot of great foot speed to stay in front of them. A lot of it due to injuries, but also because they have to play such heavy minutes.
So the Hornets are not able to score again. We're approaching 2 minutes remaining. Lucas will try to kill some time here. 10 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Swales, and Swales not going to miss too many of those. Wide open at about 15 feet. She's 8 for 23 from the field, 19 points. Swales with Amber Griffin with 10. Lucas with 20, or 22 as we said, and Harris with 15.
It was a close game throughout, but that drought when about 10 minutes left really hurt the Hornets. They just had no answer on the offensive end. And we're going to get a travel.
And I don't see a more appropriate way to end this game, a travel, because they traveled, they were close in this game, but then they just gave it away. As you said, they fell apart.
And that's their 21st turnover. They've given up 25 points off of turnovers. They've given up 18 points off of second chance rebounds, and that's not a way to win a game.
Lucas will kill as much time as possible as we're under a minute to play. Coppin State will improve to 5-18, 4-8 in the MEAC, and they'll improve their chances and momentum heading into the MEAC tournament. What a move up and under, but no good there. And they'll be able to kill some more clock.
Very good performance by these Lady Eagles guards. They're kind of afterthought coming into the game because they're not normally the people that put up numbers. Normally it's Lane and Swells, but they answered the bell and put up some great numbers against this Hornets defense.
Harris with 15 and 11, a nice double-double. So a little bit of everyone, inside, outside. Lady Hornets have just gotten beat by, I would say, a better team here today.
Obviously just a lot of things to work on. They played so well offensively in the first half. They shot 56% in the first half, but only 35% in the second. And just a frustrating loss for the Hornets.
Definitely a tough loss for the Lady Hornets here. They fall 80-62. Second half collapse allows the Lady Eagles to take over this game. Their guards, a little bit of their forwards, they got it done here today with a better team. What stood out to you, Derek, as we look at this team?
I just think they have so many issues on the defensive side of the ball that when they go through scoring droughts, there's just no way for them to win. They have to find a lineup. They have to find a personnel or find some type of strategy to keep these players out the paint. And also, they're giving up a lot of open jumpers as well. You're giving up easy layups and easy jumpers. It's just
great point there, Derek. Defensively, this team needs work. Turn the ball over a lot. They were giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. A lot of the effort that you saw that should have been there was not there. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how they respond to this. But we do have another game, Derek, on the bright side. A doubleheader. The men of Coppin State will play the men of the Hornets. So we'll be looking forward to that. So for Derek Slayton, I'm Byron Dixon. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for Game 2 of our doubleheader.